Hey everyone, Dunbar Snackbar bringing you here my first commentary. Pretty excited about that. Going to be starting off with MLB 2K10. I'm doing that because I'm getting super excited about MLB 2K11. You guys have no idea. Baseball is my #1 sport. Love playing it. Getting excited for it.
It's crazy to think that that was me 999 videos ago. I remember actually that very, very well. That whole moment doing this video. I was kind of in a low point in my life. Not like the lowest, of course, but it was a downtime. Like my best friend and I, we weren't talking. Other things were going on, and I needed something to kind of lift my spirits. So I was like, hey, there's this thing called commentary that people do on YouTube. I think I want to give it a try. I play video games. I like it. I'm studying communications. I want to get better at speaking in public. I'm going to do commentaries. And I did. And it's been absolutely awesome ever since. So for this video, being the 1000th video, I'll be honest, I didn't know what I was going to do for this. Luckily, MVP Sports Gaming, we were sending each other messages back and forth, and he said what I should do is my memories, not just of here's my favorite moment from this series or whatever, but how my life has been affected by this and the stuff that I've included in my videos about some major points in my life. Because when I started this, I thought this was something I was just going to do for fun. I had no idea how big of a part commentary and YouTube was going to be in my life. So I remember just being in my apartment. I had a Rock Band microphone, my Xbox, an MLB 2K10, and a lot of fears about how this was all going to end up. But I started to notice as I kept doing it that I started to get an audience, and a community started to form around the videos that I was doing. And it was really, really cool. So I remember my first celebratory video, or at least one of the first celebratory videos that I did, which was me getting 1,000 subscribers, which I'm going to show you a little bit from right here.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Dunbar Snackbar here with some MLB 2K11 in my player mode with Michael Squints Palidorus. Now, this game is out of order. You guys know I like to do a rotation between my player mode, franchise mode, and a viewer request game, but I decided to throw this one in here right now because I wanted to celebrate and say thank you to everybody because I have hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, this is just phenomenal for me because I feel like just a little bit ago I made that video where I was excited about getting 500 subscribers, and here I am 500 more later. Did not think it would come in this short of a time. So again, I wanted to say thank you and welcome to the newest 500 members of the channel. You guys are awesome, phenomenal. I appreciate you guys coming by.
Oh, I guess I didn't make a 500 subs video. I'm sure I did a couple other ones too, but just going through all this and finding some of the videos that I did a long time ago, that was really, really tough. But, so the fears that I had, I really thought that there was going to be a lot of people who got on here and they're like, dude, what are you doing? Just stop making videos. You're really, really bad at commentary. It's not exciting at all. Just stop. You are polluting YouTube. That hasn't happened. Of course, I'm not able to make everybody happy, but I've absolutely been surprised with the type of response that I've gotten from you guys about the videos that I do and things like that. And there's been a huge evolution in this channel since I made these videos, but you guys have just been an absolutely wonderful part of all of this, just helping me make things better. I know I am still not a great commentator by any means. I mean, I'm not perfect. I've got flaws. But you guys continue to stick with me here, and I of course, always try to get better. So there's going to be a lot of people that I'm thanking in this video, but most importantly, or I guess I should say, among the most important people I want to thank is you for watching the videos as often as you do, subscribing, liking, commenting, giving me that positive feedback, because commentary is not all fun and games. There are times that I read comments and I'm just like, how can people think like this? And, trolls and stuff like that, always come by and stuff like that, which is, a bother. And there's expectations that people have for me that I need to be posting when, other things are going on in my life and stuff like that, which take precedence. But overall, you guys make this absolutely awesome. So I wanted to make sure that you guys know how much I appreciate you. I say it at the end of every single video that I appreciate you guys, because I want to make sure that you guys always know that I do care. And I wouldn't be doing this without your guys' support. So those of you who come by, you absolutely love this channel. You guys should be thanking yourselves too for your continued support and making this happen. Because if it got to the day where people just stopped watching the videos and there was all these negative comments and stuff like that about what I was doing, I'm going to stop. There's going to be a day where I'm going to make a video here where I'm saying I'm done with commentary. I mean, I know that's going to come sometime, but because you guys are as awesome as you are, that's what's made this community continue. So thank you for being supportive. Thanks for being positive. And I'm going to do another quick little video from MLB 2K11. It's like 1/10 of what I'm doing right now. It's my 100th video special. So, all right. I'll play that right now for you guys.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never thought this was going to come. 100 videos from me, Dunbar Snackbar, to each and every one of you. Whether it has been on your TV, on your phone, on your Xbox, whatever it has been that you have used to be able to watch my videos, I cannot thank you guys enough.
All right, that's basically like a repeat of what I just said. But I think it's kind of cool going back and watching this, especially with Michael Squints Palladores. It's been years since I've said that. But yeah, so around this time, things really changed with the channel too. I was implementing more games besides just baseball. I had signed a contract with Machinima and was an official partner, something I didn't even think was going to happen again. So this is when things started picking up with the channel. I was starting to get some confidence, and I knew I kind of had to get away from some of the stuff I was doing. No more Rock Band mic or anything like that. I mean, I started taking this pretty serious around this time. Not that I didn't take it serious before, but there were also some things going on in my life around this time which were pretty serious. By that, it was my love life. So my wife now, Hannah, her and we had been dating, for about 3 years. And I remember it very vividly. Like, I would not tell her that I did this. I was actually kind of ashamed or embarrassed. I shouldn't say ashamed. I was embarrassed because I didn't know how she was going to take it. Because she was somebody who, she's very, very popular, very beautiful. I mean, everything about her is awesome. And then here is her boyfriend who plays video games and talks about it on YouTube. I'm like, she's probably not going to understand or anything like that. And I remember when she found out, absolutely supportive of it. She thought it was actually really cool because I went on there and I'm like, hey, these are the comments that I get about this stuff. These are some of the people who I've been able to meet through YouTube. And she thought it was so cool. So we continued to date, and I proposed to her. And it was actually pretty funny. I don't think I've told this story, actually. Obviously, when you date for that long, you kind of know somebody really, really well. And it's even crazier now that we're married, just how well we know each other, finish each other's sentences and stuff. It's actually awesome. I was kind of nervous about that type of stuff at first. But anyway, so she was over at my apartment, and we were watching a movie. I wish I remembered what movie it was. But I had this huge plan to go ahead and propose to her. And it was this huge elaborate thing. Like, there was going to be, rose petals and candles, and we were going to go on this romantic walk. And lo and behold, here is the place where I would propose. But that really didn't end up working out for a lot of reasons. But, yeah, anyway, so there was a lot of pressure, and not bad pressure, don't get me wrong, that I needed to propose to her. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this right now. By the way, one of the people who were really pressuring me was her. She wanted to be engaged. She wanted to get married really bad. And anyway, so we were watching a movie, and I just got really nervous because I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And so I got up, and I started cleaning right in the middle of the movie, which is not me. I am kind of a messy guy. But 2, in the middle of watching a movie, no. And so Hannah was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, nothing. And, I kind of realized, I'm like, crap, I'm going to get caught. And she's like, what? And, I could tell she was starting to get like a little frustrated or something. And I'm like, all right. And I go into the room, into my bedroom, and I get the ring, and I knelt down and I proposed to her. And, after that, a lot of things got put in motion here, and I wasn't able to post nearly as much as I usually did at the time, which even then it really wasn't that much because the computer that I had was ridiculously slow and it was tough to make videos. So I didn't post for about a month while we were getting ready to, get married and everything like that. And this was the video that I did when I came back from getting married, letting everybody know what had happened.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Dunbar Snackbar. I'm finally back. I know it's been over a month since I posted, and I apologize, but for those of you guys who didn't get a chance to be able to see the Facebook page, didn't see what I put on Twitter, didn't see what I posted on YouTube, I got married, which is absolutely awesome. So, for those of you who are not married, I recommend it. A lot of things change, but it's all very good. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have been in relationships before, and you guys really felt like you had strong feelings for somebody. Like, maybe you even have loved somebody. Well, I think that's awesome, and I really felt that way, too. Like, when I was dating, my wife now, I definitely felt like I loved her. I thought things could not get any better, and then I get married, and things have gotten a lot better since then, too. I feel so much closer to her. There's a lot of times we'll be sitting together watching a movie, or we'll be doing stuff together, like hanging out or, running errands. And I really do feel like we're one person. And that is a very cool feeling to have. Like, I'm very lucky. You guys have heard me say that, to be with this girl. I am very lucky to, be married, period. So I don't take any of this for granted. In fact, I know I want to work every single day to make sure I'm the kind of guy that she deserves. But if you guys get a chance, definitely get married. It's awesome. You never know what happiness it's going to bring, and it's going to bring a lot of happiness.
Now, in that video, I go over some more stuff, too, about, like, what it was like getting married. Like, I talk about the reception, the actual wedding ceremony, and some crazy drama and stuff like that happened. But that was seriously just a huge part of my life. And, even now today, I look back on that, I'm like, wow, that was when a lot of good things started to happen. So, we got a dog after that. Dog passed away, and I did a video on that, but I didn't want to go ahead and put that in here because it was a really sad video. And this is not a sad video. This is to celebrate 1,000 videos. So, like I said, didn't put that in here. But I remember my wife, she took a pregnancy test one day, and she's like, hey, look at that. I'm like, oh, that really faint line. She's like, oh, you see it. And I was like, no, it's really, really faint. She's like, a line is a line. And I was just absolutely stunned. It was such a life-changing moment for me, and I probably didn't react too well. I was like, oh, I think I'm going to be sick. And we still laugh about that now, but me finding out that I was going to be a dad, absolutely crazy. So it was another one of those life events. I had to go ahead and make a video about it. So here's that one.
Yes, the title above the video is correct. I am going to be a dad. I am so excited about this too, because just the idea of me being a dad is gonna, I don't know, that blows my mind right there, because, I'm still young. I'm 27 years old, and, I guess for some of you, you guys think that that's old, but I still feel young, and I hopefully always will feel young, but, yeah, I mean, this is obviously a huge step in my life, and just kind of reflecting back, so much has happened in the past year for me and my family. It's just been absolutely amazing. And, a lot of good stuff to come. I mean, back in October was when I got married to my wife, who I love so very much and is absolutely gorgeous. I tell you what, you guys, if you can find anybody like my wife, you are going to be the luckiest man alive, hands down. But yeah, so I get married in October. Best thing I've ever done in my life. And then I buy a house a couple weeks ago. The most expensive thing I've done in my life. And then being a dad, I don't know. That's going to be up there with one of the most exciting things that will ever happen in my life. It is our first kid. So there's going to be a lot of challenges just kind of getting used to having a kid around. I mean, I've been used to having it being just my wife and myself, like the two of us. Like we were our family. And then to include a third person in there, it's going to take some getting used to, but I'm really excited about it because I think that this kid is going to be awesome. I really do. A great blessing to me anyway.
Yeah, so that was after I had calmed down and everything. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be really awesome. And it's interesting to hear even some of my uncertainty with some things, like, oh, I think this is going to be great and stuff. Little did I know how awesome it was going to be being a dad and how awesome Hiram really is. Like, I'm like, oh, this kid's going to be awesome, but I didn't know how awesome that he was going to be. So, of course, a few months passed after that, and I made a video right before we were going to go to the hospital. Hannah had to be induced, and, you know, because of all these things that were going on, which meant that they had to, you know, basically put her into labor without it, you know, being natural and stuff. So since it was all scheduled, I got to make a video before I headed to the hospital, and that's this one. Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This is going to be my last video before my son is born, which is kind of crazy because I knew this day would come, but now that it's actually here, it's pretty crazy. So we had one false alarm, which I know I tweeted out about, and I kind of regret it because I probably shouldn't. I should have waited until I actually knew he was coming. But it was kind of good, though, because I got a trial run, and my wife's like, I was actually really surprised at how, like, laid back you were and stuff like that, because apparently everybody thinks I'm going to be freaking out or something. But, no, so we got that, or we had that happen, and now today my wife's going to get induced, which means they're going to make her go into labor. So, like it or not, he's going to be coming today, which I like that. So, you guys know that for the last couple days, the reason why I have not been posting has been because I've been getting ready for the baby, and also just wanting to make sure I spend some time with my wife, because from here on out, it's going to be completely different, you know, because it's not going to be just the two of us. There's going to be three of us. Yeah, so that was right before I went. Like, I got done, and my wife was like, hey, we got to go. I'm like, oh, I got to make a video real quick. And, yeah, so that was that video right before I ended up going. So that's the last video where it was just my wife and I. I guess you can consider Hiram was there too. I mean, granted, he was inside my wife and everything, but hey, whatever. Anyway, so after, it took about a week, I want to say, or actually there was more than that, that much time in between this video and the next video that I'm going to be showing, which I kind of tell you guys a little bit about what happened and what it was like being a dad. Totally changed my life in so many ways, all of them good. Hopefully it comes out in this next video. But I heard him cry for the first time, and I looked over at my wife, and she started crying, and I'm trying to fight back tears too. You know, and I didn't think that I was going to be like crying or anything like that, but I got really close to crying, you know, when I heard him for the first time. And then I look over to my right where they had the scales and everything, and, you know, I saw him for the first time, and it was super, super cool because he was like, I don't know, he was just the cutest little guy, and I kind of was worried a little bit because he had a little cone head. Because as you know, a baby's going down the birthing canal, you know, you got to imagine how small of a space that is and how big the baby is, especially on the head, so it, like, compresses it a little bit, which is normal. I didn't know that. But, you know, they were checking him, things like that. Everything looked good. And here's my wife. She's, like, cut open with a giant hole in her stomach. And all she's doing is just looking at my son. I'm like, she's totally in mom mode right now. She doesn't care what's going on with her. She only cares how my son is doing. And, you know, they were doing the things, cleaning him up and stuff like that. And they're like, and they asked me, they're like, do you want to hold him? I'm like, nuh-uh, not until she does first. And they're like, oh, you're a smart man. Remember that, guys. The mom always gets to hold the baby first. So,
they, my wife was still, cut open and stuff like that, and they were stitching her up. And they still put, my son Hiram up by her, so, they could, kind of be holding her, or she could be holding him and stuff like that. And then I finally got a chance to hold him, and that was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, is it was kind of a huge learning experience, too, because it puts so many different things into perspective. Like, first off, the things that our moms went through for us to come into this world, tell you what, it's a lot more painful and a lot crazier than you guys could possibly imagine. So I've got a lot of respect for moms now, having, been there and seen everything that happens, all the pushing and all the time spent in pain, things like that. So that kind of put a different perspective on things. Plus, as, I sit there and I think about Hiram's future and stuff like that, I really want what's best for him, and so there's stuff where I just want him to stay away from certain things, or just lessons that I've learned over the course of my life that, I want him to learn, or, there are things I don't want him to do. Detlef Schrempf. Nobody strikes fear to the hearts of men like Detlef Schrempf. But there's a lot of things that are just like, as a dad, I don't want my son to do, or I do want him to do. And, as I hold my son, I think, wow, my dad held me the exact same way and thought about the exact same thing. So when there were times I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have, or there were lessons that he wanted to teach me and he was kind of hard on me, like, I understand why he was now, because I'm going to have to do the exact same thing with my son. So it made me realize just how much, like, my parents truly love and care for me, and how, they just wanted to be good parents, and that's why they were kind of, rough on me at times, just like every parent is and stuff like that. But totally changed my life. It really has. And definitely for, everything that's good, too. I mean, I got a lot of fears and stuff like that, which is totally normal. I mean, I just want to be a good dad. I hope that he ends up, loving me as much as I love him, and he turns out to be a good kid. Also worry about how I'm going to pay for everything and stuff like that, which is totally normal, but it's kind of good to know that I feel those things. But
So I really can't thank my wife enough for being as supportive as she has been in me doing commentary. If it wasn't for her, sometimes I probably wouldn't do this. I mean, she reminds me just how cool this is. And, she's stunned by some of the things that I've done with this too, which I think is a really good thing. So that's the story here of my family. But this hasn't just been, my family. I've made some friends along the way here by doing this. So for this next video, I know this is probably going to bring back some memories of one person besides just me, but I didn't know exactly what was going to happen when I made this next video.
I kind of wanted to help someone out here because I got a request from Tom for me to go ahead and watch one of his videos. And, it was kind of a rough night for me here, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I've got time to really watch this. I want to go to bed. It's 6:30 in the morning here, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I go ahead. I take a look at Tom's channel. I'm gonna go ahead and link it below. But Tezza dude, and I was absolutely impressed by his work and everything that he puts together. So I didn't tell him I was gonna do this here, and I very rarely give shout outs or direct people to other channels here, because it's something that, if I do it for everybody here, with every request that I get for like a shout out or, hey, tell people to go to my channel, I probably wouldn't even mention anything in my videos except, hey, go take a look at this person, go take a look at that person. But I kind of wanted to make an exception here, and you guys go ahead and check out Tezza Dude's channel. That was a tongue twister right there. He's playing some MLB. He's got a Tony Campana My Player. So for those of you who are fans of the Chicago Cubs, he is too, and he's got some good stuff on here as well. One of the things that I love, and I don't want this to come off wrong or anything, is he's from England. So, with baseball, it's America's pastime and things like that, but Tom's proving that baseball is a worldwide sport. Knows his stuff, makes the commentary fun, and honestly, I think it's kind of cool to hear somebody who's British do baseball commentary. It's phenomenal. So yeah, go ahead and check out his channel and subscribe to him, you guys. Trust me, it's definitely going to be worth it. And he also does some first-person shooters as well, which I got to get back into that eventually. I still need to buy my Xbox Gold Live subscription again for the next year or so I can start doing that again here when the next round of games comes out here for holiday season. So he actually has a really good balance between MLB and also like Modern Warfare 3. He's got some Battlefield 3 videos, and he's going to be starting up the show as well. So he's got a PS3. He's one of those lucky people who has the ability to pick and choose his baseball games as he wishes. But I don't know, I might have to do that next year, you guys. But anyway, like I said, go check it out. I didn't tell him that I was going to do this, so Tom, surprise!
Tom, surprise again. So that was really cool. Like I said, I didn't know that, Tom and I were going to get to be as good of friends as we are. I mean, we text each other back and forth, and it still just blows my mind. I've got a friend across the Atlantic Ocean who I can text, and, we play games together and stuff like that. That was actually really, really cool. So this brings up another point, another group of people that I want to thank that I know most people don't thank enough, and that is fellow commentators. Now, I had anticipated when I went into this that the whole commentary environment was going to be very hostile between each other because, success is measured by, your subscriber base, or at least most people, base it off of subscribers or overall views, what network you're associated with. And the games that we play are all competitive. So I thought that there was going to be a lot of competition going back and forth, a lot of e-drama, and, people like, all right, I'm going to try and take this person's subscribers by doing this and doing that. And that has never once in the years that I have done this ever happened. And, we've got a really, really good community of commentators. I know I could go ahead and I could tweet anybody. I could get a response and, collaborate on stuff if we needed to and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that all the commentators that I've worked with, I want them to know how much I appreciate their support, their friendship, and, the fact that we all keep it cool with each other. That means actually quite a bit to me. So, list way too long for me to name of all the commentators that I've worked with or have positive relationships with, but chances are if you watch other sports commentators, I've been able to work with them in one way or another, talked with them or something. So if you want to pass this on to them and let them know that I thank them for being just really, really cool, being awesome, I'd appreciate that too. So friends, family, so many other cool things, but there have been a few moments that for me have been ridiculously cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post those. I've got 3 events that stand out for me more than anything else as some of my favorite moments in doing video games. It's one event in particular, but spread out over 3 times. So warning on the next one, my microphone was really, really bad, so pop is a problem. But anyway, here you guys go.
Anything can happen in the 9th inning. So here I am thinking, I got to be careful. There's Granderson up at the plate now. Now this 2-seam fastball that he has is what's being called. End up going with something different, but it works. Ground ball. DeWitt getting the last out of the World Series. Those fireworks mean that the Chicago Cubs have won the World Series first time since 1908. Wow, what a great series of games this has been. It's actually kind of sad now to think that the Cubs franchise is over. I'm on to the Detroit Tigers now. Hopefully I'll be able to duplicate this with the Detroit Tigers in MLB 2K12. That is a lot of jumping.
Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, no men on, but the Braves down by 3. I'm going to go ahead and start things off with a little pitch. That goes to Peralta. Over to fielder, and the World Series goes to the Detroit Tigers. There are the fireworks. Man, that is actually really cool to be able to say that I ended up winning the World Series. Because to be honest, this is the first game I have actually played a season all the way through. Now, I didn't play every single game, But usually after about a few months, I'm just like, man, I'm going to go play something else. So this is actually really cool for me and kind of like a personal accomplishment to be able to make it here to the World Series and end up winning it. And I couldn't have done it without you guys, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that you should be celebrating this as much as I am. And that's going to affect, of course, pitch location and things like that. But he's doing an all right job, and he's given up his one customary hit that he gets every time he makes an appearance. See if we can get the out here with the slider. Yes, swing and a miss. Guys, the Atlanta Braves just won the World Series. Yes, this is the last video that I'll be doing of the Atlanta Braves franchise. Believe me, this was something that when I got finished with it, I'm like, oh man, I'm done. No more Atlanta Braves. You know what that means, though, you guys? We're going to be starting, of course, off with a new version of 30 wins with 30 teams. Also going to be going back to Diamond Dynasty. And eventually, I'll tell you guys my plans for next year when it comes to the franchise mode. I'm excited. I hope you guys will be excited about it as well. But I just want to go ahead and enjoy this. This is a lot of hours that I have spent playing games, editing them, doing commentary for it. Man, it's cool to be the team that wins the World Series. I haven't even seen how this ends up, too. Like, this is the first time in the show, period, that I've ever won the World Series and kind of see how it all ends up. This is actually really, really cool. So, yes, that Braves video was from yesterday, if you guys didn't catch it. And, yes, all three of those videos were me winning the World Series. But this channel was started on baseball. It's been the core game for this channel, too. And like I mentioned in that Braves video, winning the World Series is the culmination of a lot of hours of playing a video game, editing it down, and doing the commentary over it. So it's really, really cool for me to be able to win the World Series. So those are my favorite moments, to be honest, is when something like that happens. But we're over a half hour now on this video. I didn't think it was going to go for this long, but I started thinking of all the things that I've shared, and I wanted to make sure I kind of relive that. It's been important for me that I go back and I watch these. It's cool to think about what was going through my mind, where I was, what I was doing at the time. It's really, really cool. So, again, you guys, thank you so much for being so cool, supportive, loyal, everything. You guys are really, really awesome. I couldn't do this without you. To my wife, I doubt she's going to listen to this or watch it, but thank you for being as cool as you are. You know how important this is to me, how rewarding it is for me personally and for other people too, the type of good that we can do on this channel. So thanks for being supportive of that and, putting up with me time and time again, especially if I wake you and Hiram up. So I love you. To Tom, thanks for being such a good friend. I really appreciate it more than you probably know. To all the other commentators, thank you for keeping it cool, being supportive and friendly. I can't thank you guys enough for that as well. So here's to another 1,000 videos. The future is going to be awesome. We've got the PS4 coming just in a week almost, stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of good things going with this channel. So thank you again, everybody, for watching all of this, reliving all these moments with me. It's been absolutely awesome. You guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.